That's
just
it.
Like,
you're set for life, man.
Of course,
channel points for days.
I might just be baiting people into that, but I digress. We're going into Wubz versus Sandstorm for game number 1, and this is a classic. We're seeing Sandstorm opening up with the Mordex, the legend that Sandstorm basically when you think of Mordex, you think of Sandstorm. Sandstorm's had a bunch of different legends that he's played ever since then, but this is the one that he identifies with. And look, what? Just starting up with hitting Wubz 5 times in a row, making him look like he's AFK, but he's not. He's trying to get out of that string, and Sandstorm is just demolishing him. Already brought him into the orange, picks up a new weapon. Wubz still looking for something here on the Azoth. The neutral light comes through. Sandstorm dash jump, pivot snares, hits the neutral sig. Wubz can't jump away. And Sandstorm.
Yeah, that is the Sandstorm classic right now. It's just running the game on sight. It's that Mordex, that skin, and you know what's about to happen.
Wow, Wubz, that was 0 to death. Sandstorm has yet to take any damage. Finally, Wubz gets in a neutral light into an air. Great string opening it up, and he finally picks up a weapon, and it looks like has some signs of life in him so far. Downer hits ground pound, comes right after, which goes with the downer on the dodge. Read the recovery, hits it. Wubz. Is he going to return his own 0 to death on a Sandstorm? What is the recovery towards the top of the stage, and Sandstorm dive kicking back to the stage as fast as possible. Wubz hasn't actually taken damage since he lost that stock, and he has been denying Sandstorm of all weapons so far. Sandstorm gets hit with a D-Light recovery, almost taken off the top. Wait, Wubz, where on earth did this come from? Sandstorm finally fighting back, showing that he's not in the same situation as Wubz. He's gonna 0 death on him. What is this? What is this match? Are they taking turns?
I completely understand. He had to style on Wubz right there because it was almost back-to-back 0 to deaths. You know, Sandstorm takes one, Wubz takes one. Ooh, yeah, that signature is active for so long. You just gotta get out the way.
You know, Brawlhalla as a game, I'm very used to the hits going back and forth. One player hits 2 hits, the other one hits 2. But right now, you could fool me. I could have believed that those combos were combos. Like, absolutely true. Nothing you could do about it because of how long they were hitting each other. Wubz went from white to red. Sandstorm went from white to red. Now Sandstorm with the silent neutral sig. So this is actually interesting. I saw Sandstorm talking about this in one of his YouTube videos. One of the big reasons why he believes Mordex is back is because with Scythe, sidelight neutral sig, when done perfectly, is unjumpable. You have to have your dodge to be able to get out of that, otherwise it's going to connect. And I expect to see Sandstorm go for that a lot more when he's in a position that he can take that stock off the top of the stage, as we just saw there.
That's a great point because Scythe, you know, it's just a bunch of strings. There's usually dodge windows that you can always get out in between, so it's a lot about baiting out the dodge. We saw Sandstorm do it right off the start of the game. He hits that neutral light, waits for the dodge, and then tries to cash in for a ton more. Except now, with that neutral signature, he can cash in for the knockout confirmed. Doesn't have to swap over to gauntlets or fish for some extra signature strings with it.
Oh yeah, and all Sandstorm needs to do is be completely on top of his opponent's dodge. And as far as Sandstorm concerns, he is the best player in the world at tracking his opponent's dodge cooldowns.
I mean, you could have actually just stopped that talking sentence right there. He is the best player in the world. 3-time world champion, opening up like that, absolutely ridiculous.
Big credit to Wubz, though. After that first stock, I imagine that
his bow was popping off.
Even the average player, the above average player, even the professional player, after getting a 0 to death like that against Sandstorm, that's got to take your morale down a few notches, right? But he instead bounced back and almost did the exact same thing to Sandstorm, forcing Sandstorm into a position where he's like, okay, I got to level it up a little bit if I want to be able to make this game look as dominant as I feel it should be. So now we're going to game number 2 with Wubz showing off the bow so far of that double neutral light, putting on some decent damage, and we're not seeing an explosive start from Sandstorm just yet, as the gauntlets are coming out against the bow, and Wubz this time is armed for the beginning of game number 2.
Yeah, and you see he's using those platform dashes to really just stay highly mobile on Azoth, who's not that fast of a character, but he's got it. Yeah, perfect, beautiful mix-up of the dodge. Oh, but Sandstorm catching him with the signature.
Yeah, nicely done with the side sig, getting the neutral sig right after the neutral light, just catching Wubz off guard, taking him off the top. Very excited, I'm very excited to see that adaptation to Sandstorm's Mordex play. I imagine we're going to be seeing a lot of neutral sig knockouts off the top of the stage so far. Nice neutral light, goes up, back down, trying to catch him with the nair. Lands, good side light, nothing after that as Wubz is able to get out of these strings a little bit better as he fights Sandstorm, but he's still down to stock and a half.
Yeah, so I do love that he's able to escape these strings a bit more. We see his dodges shifting to always an upward direction, away from the sight. Now, that does get him away more than the straight horizontal dodges that caught him in some pretty lengthy strings. But there is some of that added risk where, there is that added risk where, you know, now you're that much higher up in the air. Your air dodge has like a 3-second cooldown, so it lasts a while. Just like that down signature, taking out Sandstorm. So the stocks are tied up, but Wubz still a little bit of a hill to climb as far as the damage gap is concerned.
I'm absolutely loving how bold Wubz has been with a lot of these signatures. Slide charging the sizing in a position where he actually got unarmed ground pounded by Sandstorm, and then he just went right back and down signed him again. Took him off the right side of the stage, evened up the stocks. Now playing around that left side of the Crystal Temple, trying to use the platform for safety, makes it back to the stage. Sandstorm just go immediately off stage for the edge guard instead. The downer comes through, and Wubz gets stopped with that ground pound real quick from Sandstorm, giving him a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, that was brutal. You even saw the stuffed recovery for the added insult to injury. You know, didn't just need the knockout, he was inside your head.
Oh, Sandstorm didn't fastfall that nair right towards the end there. Otherwise, he may have been able to grab Wubz with that and got a really early stock, but he still has advantage here in neutral. Down air hits. Nice side air, catching him right before the landing. And now the nairs are coming out, just trying to hook Wubz, send him off stage, get into an edge guard scenario once again. Nice neutral light recovery. Scythe picked up. Will he go for the dash jump ground pound? No. Wubz makes it back. And now Wubz is trying to make these stocks even, but that down sig hits and tosses him to the side. Is this the edge guard to finish the game? Oh! I mean, it's an edge guarded away.
Wait a minute. Wubz almost taking Sandstorm stock there with the ground pound. Gotta watch out. Oh, the ghostly grasp from underneath.
Nicely done with the down. There's a slide charge side catching Sandstorm and spiking to the right side of the stage. Now Wubz. Oh, he goes for the weapon all the way to the left side of the stage. Goes for a weapon throw. Re-picks it up. Gets hit by the side air. Wubz making it back. He does.
Alive.
And he touches. Down as it comes through, no dodge. Sandstorm knows it. Is this ground pound time? No. The side air catching Sandstorm off guard a little bit earlier than he expected, and now Wubz in an edge guard scenario. Oh, haymaker misses. That's a D-light recovery, and that's the game. Sandstorm 2-0 lead against Wubz, 1 game away from the 3-0 sweep.
Man, so that game, especially towards the end there, it was looking so incredibly close. Wubz just poised to start and make that comeback. He almost cut the stock short early. He almost got the read right here, but Sandstorm with the quick backpedal, staying away from that haymaker. So it's really just, can Wubz continue a little bit of that momentum rise he's been having over the course of the last 2 games, or is Sandstorm just going to run away with it in 3?
Yeah, it is exceedingly tough to adapt against Sandstorm, and Sandstorm is also changing the way that he plays every time that you get one neutral win against him, right? Like, we see Wubz find one thing against Sandstorm, and Sandstorm never allows him to get that same opening again. Wubz has to completely reinvent the way that he's approaching against Sandstorm, and that's just one of the beautiful things about Brawlhalla in general. Looks like we're going to get a
little bit
quick
of a reset going to be happening here.
And then we'll be going into game number 3.
I do wonder, is Miami Dome the map pick? Is that what? Because I just like the variety that we've been seeing over the course of this set. You know, we've been bouncing around. There's usually a couple platforms available for them to mix up, mix around. And Miami Dome would just cap it off nicely.
Yeah, Miami Dome is interesting because of the platform height in particular against Scythe, right? In Crystal Temple, where they were just playing, Scythe has a lot of nice, like, dash jump, fast fall, nair openings that they can do that will catch players playing around the platform. Like, we saw Wubz trying to use that left side platform for safety a little bit on Crystal Temple, and it didn't work out in his favor. Here in Miami Dome, much harder to fish for your opponents on the top of the platform with the Scythe, bring them down onto the ground so that you continue comboing them. We'll see if Wubz is able to use that to his advantage, or if Sandstorm instead will just switch more to the gauntlets, use the sidelights to cover that area, and take the lead that way.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Wubz was doing a pretty good job, even unarmed. Sandstorm did weapon starve him for quite a while, but Wubz wasn't shy about fighting back.
Wubz retreating to the right side of the stage and getting the neutral light as Sandstorm tried to get in with the gauntlet neutral light himself. Sandstorm saring towards Wubz, but Wubz switches right over the bow, which is the weapon I think he's had the most success in this matchup with so far, but Sandstorm pummels him away, goes to the weapon throw, doesn't get a punish on the side sig, and Wubz nair Sandstorm away into an even game. Nice sidelight, dashes back, forward and back, trying to bait a dodge Sandstorm so he can get the D-light and recovery right afterwards. Doesn't quite find it. The damage comes through regardless.
He has so few options here. Sandstorm definitely pursuing for it. Managed to sit down and reset, but again, just caught with the signature. Oh no!
Interesting. The down sig from Sandstorm, so often do we see the sig grab them and throw them behind, but Sandstorm choosing to throw them forward there, recognizing he's going to have a little bit more of an edge guard potential. Maybe, I'm not quite sure, but maybe Wubz got grabbed out of a jump and that's why he wasn't able to make it back, but regardless, Sandstorm does take the first stock. Oh, and the nair down air string begins.
Yeah, I mean, this is a ton of damage, even just going in unarmed. Finally, yes, that was just far enough over on the stage for that diagonal angle of it to knock him out. So Sandstorm and Wubz now both down to 2, and Wubz with that bow. Wubz's bow is actually ridiculous today.
Yeah, it is something. I mean, to be able to, and this is really highlighting to me why, when Isidru gets upset by Stevenator 2-0, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Stevenator is bringing out everything for this event, and then Wubz knocks down Stevenator right afterwards, 2-1. Wubz has to be playing out of his mind, and we're seeing that in a sense here against Sandstorm.
But
Sandstorm with these edge guards just babysitting on the way back. Down air, down air. Oh, Sandstorm.
Disgusting. Why?
Okay.
You didn't need all that, Sandstorm. Please.
Yeah. And to highlight why you're saying he didn't need all of that, what I consider to be Sandstorm's invented combo on the site is down airing opponents into the stage spiking them into the scythe ground pound to finish the stock, but Sandstorm adding that flare, getting another down air, sending him further into the weapon throw, unarmed dive kick to really put a mark on that stock in game number 3.
Yeah, I mean, that is really serious mental damage. But Wubz seeming almost unfazed, happy to fight back. But again, we find him so short on options. Sandstorm just, all right, gets slapped by the bow side air and is like, yeah, we go to the next stop.
Oh, what?
Oh, yo, damage!
All the recovery into the nair right off the platform, too. Wubz taking advantage of this platform. Sidelight comes through, dash forward, dash back, tries to get another sidelight. Sandstorm, he gets the ground pound. The weapon throw pickup combo on the bow to be able to carry Sandstorm to the top of the stage, get the recovery and the nair right afterwards. Such creativity, almost brought that game 3 back, but Sandstorm with the edge guard able to finish off Wubz' last stock and take the set 3-0. Still, great performance from Wubz, considering the caliber of the opponent that he was against. And I am scared for Wubz' opponents in the lower bracket. That Azoth is going to be completely tearing through it, I believe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was poised to make the comeback. He was getting so much damage unanswered with that bow. His bow is insane.